Not sure where to go, or what to see? Then, let's explore Rio de Janeiro. Keep watching and we'll show you the top self-guided day plan so that you can see the best attractions, at your own pace, for free. We'll also show you the best time to travel here. Save time and money by rolling with Tour Bird Buddy. We do all the hard work for you. To explore more cities, be sure to subscribe. Awesome. Let's roll. This tour is best if you only have a day. You'll need about 8 hours to enjoy this. Our checkout. Rio highlights. About 7 hours is ideal for this tour. Maybe you'd rather. Around the historic city center. About 7 hours is ideal for this tour. Maybe you'd rather. Beyond the beaches. At 6 hours, this can easily be done in a day. Our checkout. Colonial Rio. This is a very short tour, only 2 hours. The next day plan is Rio Art and Architecture. Not so long, we recommend 5 hours for this tour. The next day plan is kid-friendly attractions. You'll need about 8 hours to enjoy this. Let's look at if you only have a day. A busy day spent exploring must-see attractions, including Sugarloaf Cable Car, Sugarloaf Mountain, and Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro. Rising above Guanabara Bay, this stone mountain is reachable by gondola and offers expansive views. Next to Sugarloaf Mountain. This 396 meters tall peak on a peninsula jutting out into the ocean features a cableway and sweeping views. Next to Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro. Samba and beach volleyball. Next stop Corcovado. Giant, 98 feet tall, mountaintop statue of Jesus Christ, accessed by train and offering city views. Let's look at Rio highlights. A jam-packed day full of the city's top sights along Ipanema and Copacabana beaches. Then move to Stone Arpoador. Rocky peninsula and a busy surfing spot, offering sunset views from its walking paths. Move on to Fort Copacabana. Fortress backdrop for the triathlon and paratriathlon transition area, road cycling and the marathon. Then on to Copacabana Beach. Next to Sugarloaf Mountain. This 396 meters tall peak on a peninsula jutting out into the ocean features a cableway and sweeping views. Next to Christ the Redeemer. Giant, 98 feet tall, mountaintop statue of Jesus Christ, accessed by train and offering city views. Let's look at around the historic city center. Popular places to see in and around Rio's historic city center. Grand venue with eclectic architecture offers exhibition halls, a theater, a library and a cafeteria. And then Teatro Municipal. Storied, Parisian-style theater from 1909 offering ballet and classical music performances plus tours. Then move to Museu Nacional de Belas Artes. Fine Arts Museum showcasing major national and international works, plus a sculpture gallery. And then Cultural Center St. Francis of Penance. Colonial-era church with extensive and ornate 18th-century gilded carvings throughout the interior. Next stop, Royal Portuguese Cabinet of Reading. Neo-Manueline style library with ornate decor and a vast collection of volumes by Portuguese authors. Then on to Candelaria Church. Stately church with a mix of Baroque and Renaissance styles, featuring bell towers and marble interior. Move on to Paco Imperial. Royal residence dating to 1754, that's now a cultural center with contemporary art exhibits and events. Next to Assembleia Legislativa do Estado do Rio de Janeiro. Grand building from the 1920s housing Rio's State Legislative Assembly and offering history exhibits. Let's look at Beyond the Beaches. A busy day exploring the city's green space, museums and other sites beyond the beach districts. Historic park featuring diverse flora and fauna, a scientific research institute and garden trails. Move on to Fundação Casa de Rui Barbosa. Memorial collection of literary documents and original furniture, plus a library and a peaceful garden. And then Catete Palace. Former headquarters of the Republic of Brazil, this site has art, documents, a theater and gardens. Next to Museu da Chácara do Seu. European and Brazilian art in the former residence of a Rio businessman, with gardens and city views. Then on to Escadaria Celerin. Landmark public stairway adorned by artist Jorge Celerin with colorful and hand-painted tiles. Let's look at Colonial Rio. A full day of historic sites, from colonial Portuguese churches to an imperial palace. Stately church with a mix of Baroque and Renaissance styles, featuring bell towers and marble interior. Then move to Igreja de Nsra da Lapa dos Mercadores. 18th-century church featuring an ornately decorated nave and a dynamic mix of convex and concave walls. Move on to Paco Imperial. Royal residence dating to 1754, that's now a cultural center with contemporary art exhibits and events. Next to Imperial Irmandade Nossa Senhora do Rosário e São Benedito dos Homens Pretos. Next stop, Royal Portuguese Cabinet of Reading. Neo-Manueline style library with ornate decor and a vast collection of volumes by Portuguese authors. And then Cultural Center St. Francis of Penance. Colonial-era church with extensive and ornate 18th-century gilded carvings throughout the interior. Let's look at Rio art and architecture. Art museums and architectural landmarks like Palácio Gustavo Capanema, a 1930s modernist building. Large collection of modern art in an iconic building by the renowned architect Oscar Niemeyer. Move on to Centro Cultural Banco do Brasil, Rio de Janeiro. Art galleries, cinema and theatre in a 1906 neoclassical building, managed by the Bank of Brazil. Move on to Rio de Janeiro Cathedral. Distinctive, modern Catholic cathedral resembling a pyramid, inaugurated in 1979. Then on to Gustavo Capanema Palace. Government office building known for its distinct modernist architecture and Brazilian murals. Next to Museum of Modern Art, Rio de Janeiro. Contemporary Art Museum with striking architecture and a water garden, plus a theatre and lecture halls. Let's look at kid-friendly attractions. A day of child-friendly sites, including a fort, botanical gardens and a planetarium. History of navigation at a museum with boat trips, a submarine and a Discovery ship replica. Move on to Duke of Caxias Fort. Restored Hilltop Fort providing a Caxias memorial, history exhibits, a film room and scenic vistas. Next to Museu do Indio. Funai institution preserving indigenous cultural heritage in an old house with gardens. Move on to Rio de Janeiro Botanical Garden. Historic park featuring diverse flora and fauna, a scientific research institute and garden trails. Then on to the next attraction. The most popular travel time in Rio de Janeiro is January. The temperature ranges from 32 to 24 degrees Celsius. Year events. Carnaval is in February and March. Check the video description below for weather tips, more events and links to rewatch a day plan. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe so that you always go the best way for the best day. Oh, and for more help planning your trip, check the links in the video description below.